and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is one that was requested from one of my awesome subscribers. She asked me to actually do a video showing you guys how I made these envelopes, and I thought, you know what, that is exactly what I want to do today. So last Friday I showed you guys the classic Happy Planner setup that I have going on right now, and part of that is this envelope system. Now if you've never heard of an envelope system, it's very popular. Dave Ramsey, I'm actually following the Dave Ramsey plan to being debt free, and so one of the things that he suggests is having envelopes for all of your bills and everything like that. So the only things I don't really put in envelopes is bills, because a lot of my bills come out directly, and then gas money, because I don't like going into a gas station. I'm very funny about that, but all of the areas I have a problem with spending, I do the envelope system. So it's not exactly the Dave Ramsey version, but it's my version, and that's the way it's made. So these envelopes right here are actually from the Target dollar spot. These came with a whole bunch of cards. I think it was like a set of 7, maybe 8, I don't know, of cards. But today I went and bought some just standard regular envelopes. I'm gonna get these for you. It's a Target brand of security envelopes. They are up and up, and they are 3 5/8 inches by 6.5 inches. And I just picked these up just in case you didn't want to use these, because they are really, really pretty. Or you felt like sometimes having like their envelopes kind of took away from how creative you could be. So either way, I just picked these up because I thought it'd be fun to make a video using these. So the only things that you're going to need for today's video is some decoration items, whatever you want to use to decorate your envelopes with, washi tape, stickers, whatever you want to use. And then I also suggest having a dashboard or anything so you can trace this little layout right here, because I do not have a punch, and we are not using a punch today to put these in our planner. So you'll also need scissors and a single hole punch, and that is all that you will need today for today's video. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so as I mentioned in the intro, I do not have a Happy Planner punch. Now if you did have one, that would make this so much easier, but I do not have one, and just because I don't have one, I have come up with a little idea. Actually, I watched on YouTube, and that's how I came up with the idea of how I can insert different things into my planner without having a punch. And it is really simple, actually, fairly simple. All you have to do is line it up with something that has the little outline. You'll trace the outline with a pen or pencil, and then you'll punch the circle. So I'll kind of show you what I mean there, but one thing I need to reiterate, I don't know, one of those words, with these envelopes is make sure you are not punching them on the flap side, okay? So make sure you punch them on the opposite side of the flap, because if you punch them on the side of the flap, well then if you have change or anything like that, it can fall out. So make sure you are punching it on the opposite side of the flap. Just a little tip on that one. And then I am about to trace this little thing. So I kind of line it up however I want, and then I just trace. I just use any old pen. It doesn't have to be a fancy pen or anything like that, because you know what? It's not going to be there forever. You are actually about to get rid of it. And it doesn't have to be, you know, pretty either. It can be as sloppy or as whatever as you would like. It's completely up to you how you would like to do it. I am just trying to put the basis down here. And this is the hard part, guys. The decorating is the easy part. So once you have all of those on there, so I'll kind of show you right there, you can see kind of your layout, and what you're doing is taking a single hole punch right here, and you're just going to match it to the top of the circle. So wherever the top of the circle on here is, you're going to punch it, and I can't punch it and hold it up to the camera like that. I deeply apologize. But you're just going to punch it like that. I'm going to go ahead and punch all of these, and you just want to make sure that you punch through the top of the circle. Okay. And now you can do this before you decorate or after you decorate. It's completely up to you. I think one of the ones I did it after I decorated it, and I accidentally punched through some of the washi. So you may want to do that just in case you don't want to, you know, mess anything up. But so I have my holes on here for us to punch them in, and all you're going to do is, you can see where I made these little lines right here. The key to doing this is making sure that it's not so wide of a gap that it can just fall out, but it's also not so tight that it can like rip, or you have a hard time getting off of the rings and off the rings, because that can also cause the same kind of effect. So what I like to do is cut on either side, tiny little slits on either side of the black line, and that is what I do to create that. And if they're not all even, it is perfectly fine. They do not all have to be the same, but that is basically what you got there. And it looks like a Happy Planner punch without having to purchase a punch, which I think is phenomenal. And I just kind of sized these up too, and they are almost like the full page size of a mini Happy Planner. I'll show you guys the comparison in just a second. But for the classic Happy size, it's actually a really good size still, even though these are a little bit bigger than the other envelopes I used. It's still a really great size. And then also I would be interested to see what it looks like in the big Happy Planner. I don't have a big Happy Planner. I've never had a big Happy Planner. Y'all can like gasp if you want to. I don't even blame you. I would almost gasp too. And there you go. Easy, super fun, and just decorative, you guys. So like I said, I have envelopes for all the areas that I have issues with, but I want to show you how I decorate one of these. So let me just show you how I did it. So this is one of my favorite washi's, and I hardly ever use it. I don't really know why, but I hardly ever use it. I guess just because it doesn't really go with a whole lot of stuff. I don't know, but I thought it'd be super fun to do like these little triangles, which are so much fun, and they are so easy, you guys, like so easy. So all you have to do is angle it on the page, okay, just like this, and then you follow your scissors along whatever angle you're trying to cut it against. Ta-da! And there you go. So simple. It is literally the easiest thing I've ever done. But it looks super cute, and it looks like you really tried when you do. Because if you're anything like me, I have to have things decorated. That's just my personality, as I need to have things decorated and looking nice. And so this is a fun way for me to get that creative passion out, but also kind of work on my budget too, because that's just as important as getting a creativity passion out. So I actually really like these envelopes. They worked really well for me this past paycheck. I am going to adjust a couple of things, but I so far like it. And I think I mentioned in that video too, but be careful not to cut the side of the envelope too, like I just did. Be careful not to do that. You could easily just wrap a little piece of that tape around the back too, but I'm just doing this one to show you guys what I would do, so I'm not really worried about it. But I also told you guys that one of the things I'm doing is, instead of keeping change in these envelopes, because of course that could weigh it down pretty fast, I am actually using just cash, and whatever change that I have left over is going to my piggy bank, because I want to cash that in eventually and use whatever is in there. So that could be something that y'all, you know, decide to do too, because it is a lot to put in here, but you can easily fit several dollars. And all you have to do, guys, is so easy, is you just pull your planner up. I'll even show you in my mini, just so you can see a little size comparison. So you just open up your planner. I flipped to this month at least. and you just pop it in just like that, and then you are done and good to go. And what I would suggest doing is just using some washi tape. Don't use regular tape, use washi tape, because washi is more forgiving, so you can use these envelopes for several months. And you can just washi the enclosure down so you wouldn't have a problem. You could just put it. Ooh, there we go. Ta-da! Done. And it flips just like you had had it in there. And I've actually done this trick with several other things in my planner, just to add some different little trinkets and whatnot. Like I've done it with some movie tickets and stuff like that, and I've had a lot of fun with it. So I highly encourage you to check it out. It's super easy. This is a life changer. This like whole method is just amazing. And the envelope is super easy. I picked up this huge box of envelopes for, it's 80 of them, for $1.14 at Target. So I'm sure it's even cheaper at Walmart, and you can probably get a smaller box, but I didn't feel like driving all the way to Walmart, so I got whatever I could find. But yeah, that's everything for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys, oodles and noodles, and I will check you on Monday with another plan with me. Bye, guys.